Sounds good. But also, hello everyone. We're live on HKC. Wow. But I'm
Wow.
Apress, joined here with Nyx. We're gonna be commentating this next race.
This
Should
should
have
be
a
fun.
yeah. Got Cerpin Churro here. Looking at the bracket, we see this is an elimination match. The winner of this is going to be playing against Sid Flippy next. Um, but yeah, excited to see how this is going to go.
This should be fun. Serp getting some last minute QGA practice in, and I don't blame her one iota.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting things set back up as Serp gets out of the practice save file.
Yeah, and right before this, Serp was also working on right side rafter skip, just making sure you have some good attempts in of those just like kind of annoying do or die points is definitely good.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Any percent definitely has a lot of just some things are smaller optimizations, some things major like QGA. That can be real finicky if you're not having a good day. So it's good to get that practice in, kind of work out some of the nerves too, I'm sure.
All right, we have them on the title screen, so just waiting to get confirmations that they're both ready, and we should be off and running pretty soon.
Alright, runners have been count down, and there's a little stream delay, but they are going to be off to the races here in a second.
So I hope Chad is ready for these KP people arrives. A
Yes.
necessary part of any percent run.
Yes, please get your KP people arrives ready as we drop into KP. Luckily in a tournament setting, there's no resetting, so there's not multiple KP people arrives all in a row, which is the worst part about running.
Definitely never had tournament matches with multiple KPs. Yeah, that's definitely
actually,
not happened before.
I shouldn't say these things, should I?
Hey, if you want to comms bless us with some extra King's passes, I'm not going to complain about it.
I will never complain about extra King's passes. Especially since it seems we have some stream delay anyway, that'll cause some desync regardless, so. Alright, looks like there's Churro getting into the game. Awesome.
Serp having a little bit trouble in King's Pass here, getting bullied by Jinky. Classic. What? Or I think it was Janky, actually. It was the second
I think
one
it was Janky.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was Janky. There's two Venge Flies that you kind of have to deal with on your way up around. Is stream okay? Oh, pause and freezing. Okay, perfect.
Oh.
Oh.
So we might actually need to reset if we don't have a timer working. Is that
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, well, I will go ahead and ping the runners.
Chat, we have an unprecedented need for more KP Peepo arrives. Most likely here. We'll see how this is being handled. But yes, I'm just gonna talk about Jinky and Janky while the runners get set back up because of the timer malfunction. There are two Venge Flies on your way through King's Pass, and were both named by Herm, or is that or was she just the one that I first heard say call them Jinky and Janky?
I honestly don't even know. I'm like, it's just so ingrained into what I think of them at this point.
Yeah.
That like it's ancient history.
Ancient history. There's some Hollow Knight enemies we have names for, including the two Vengeflies in King's Pass. We call them Jinky and Jenki. And the first one is Jinky, the second one is Jenki. They are both rather jank, though. So we'll see if Cerp has some better luck with Jenki second time around, and hopefully Churro has better timer luck. That's the thing. You can't have like a perfectly run tournament. You gotta have some technical
No.
difficulties for fun.
And I mean, live split can be a little bit like sort of saying things that you need to do, just close and reopen the splits. Like sometimes Hollow Knight can be a little bit weird with just need to open things in the right order, or it will misbehave a little bit. So
Yeah, exactly.
not too much you can do about that.
Yep, but luckily this is a pretty easy one. Our runners just get a second try at King's Pass. So everyone, once again, make sure you get your KP Peepo arrives in chat for the runners, wishing them luck.
I think we start counting down, Churro's gonna go ahead and load in just to make sure the timer's working, and then we'll start for real.
That's a good way to go. I always like the way my heart drops whenever I like glance at my timer and I realize it's not running or it's paused or it doesn't have loads removed or something. Just makes me so sad.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but thus is the life of a speedrunner.
And thankfully we caught it early. It's really not a big deal. All right, looks like we're gonna be good to go then.
Awesome stuff. Okay, our runners are getting ready once again. There's some just stream delay. I know from Discord that the runners are both ready, but I see on the screen that Churro is just testing the timer. But we'll get it figured out. There's always multiple timelines to this. There's what's happening in chat, what's happening in the VC, and what's happening on twitch.tv/Hollow Knight community.
Great channel right there. Speaking of, if people are joining in and they're not following the Hollow Knight community, you should definitely do that, because...
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing? We get all kinds of great tournaments, great races. I think, what do we have coming up? I think post any percent tourney, we'll have Grub Day, the second annual Grub Day coming up at some point in the near future.
Yes, Grub Day will be a celebration of speedruns focused entirely around our favorite collectible in all of video games. So don't miss Grub Day. Make sure you follow. I'll shill for this. I'll shill for this Twitch channel any day of the week. It's worth it. All right, KP Peepo arrive. Take 2.
Woohoo! Really, it wouldn't be any percent if we weren't resetting in King's Pass.
It really, yeah. This is the any percent experience, and honestly, most. Oh no!
Oh no! Wait, the timer didn't work again.
How did that happen?
On the other one.
Did we?
Okay, well.
This is specifically because I said luckily we will only see one KP.
Yeah, I think it might be.
It's a comms curse. My apologies to Churro specifically. Because I don't know what else could be causing this. It's running for me. Oh, is it a restream issue?
Is it possible? Do you need to? Oh, yeah, maybe is it not on Churro stream at all? Let me pull open in uh their channel to see where the restream issue is here, I guess, because it could be in multiple
Yeah.
fronts. Oh
I
no,
don't
I'm
think
being
I've ever
added.
had.
Okay, no, it looks like it is going on Churro's stream. So it's maybe do you need to refresh that source? Um, Apologies to our runners. Mhm. Yeah. Sometimes it's just you need to refresh all of the VLC sources. Um, Although actually just to make sure, because I'm seeing, because I did both of them have this background? Is it? I just want to make sure it's not Serps twice on the games.
Oh, because I don't think Churro had the screen shake modifier
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah, because looking at Churro doesn't have the screen shake modifier. Um, Oop. Okay.
There we
Um,
go.
and there's a little bit of if you can just resize Churro's timer, it's a little off. Yeah, I think you're on it.
And the stream too.
Okay, I think we're looking good.
Apologies, everyone, but this is just what Hollow Knight is all about. Resetting and not knowing why. Um... Alright. Looks like both runners are ready. Chat, you know what you need to do at this point. Alright, runners are being counted down, so we enter King's Pass. Once again. But you know, this and start of the race brings about an old ancient saying that I think of often, which is KP resets don't count,
Mhm.
which is true. It's just objectively true. If you say I'm starting a no reset and you get hit by Jinky or Janky and you're just not okay with that, it doesn't count.
Doesn't
That's
count.
fine. It doesn't count.
Yeah, so this is a first try race here.
Yes, first try
And
race. First one cycle. The race one cycle.
yeah, the race one cycle. And I won't accept anyone saying otherwise.
Oh, miss being trolled by Jinky. But at least the timer is working now, so we have that confirmation. And timer's working for Serp.
Yay, we
Awesome. We
have
are
timers. Woo.
off to the races.
Chat, we've got a race on our hands. It's go time.
Believe it or not, we have a race on our hands. Oh my. Alright, hopefully Serp doesn't have issues with Jinky or Janky this like third time through. There we go. They behaved. They behaved.
You'll have to see it. Get to end on a good final King's Pass from Serp.
Yeah, I want to issue a formal apologies to the runners because it's specifically because I said there will only be one King's Pass. And that's the whole reason this happened. So
Yeah.
you will receive my written apology letter in the mail post haste.
And we have a little intentional pause there on Churro's screen just to try and get them synced up a little bit as they walk through Dirtmouth.
Or more importantly, hop through Dirtmouth. I think everyone who watches this tournament knows, but in case you didn't, Dirtmouth has a slow walk zone, but it's only on the bottom part of the screen, so if you jump through, you're still able to go at essentially full speed. But if you walk, you just walk, and it's really slow.
Yeah, it's fun. There's a few areas in the game that have slow modes that you can't jump over, and they are just like painful. Like going
Yeah.
through Hollow without having dash or C dash, like it's so slow that middle part of the room.
Yes, yeah, it is. Alright, let's see how our runners do with double spike. Aw, Cerp, clean double spike.
Nice. We see a little bit of different strats here. Cerp going from the bottom platform, Churro going for the top one. Is a little bit off with getting that spike and is going to get hit by it. But a pretty good cleanup, so they're not losing too much time there.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't know too much because I don't run 1-2-2-1, so I always set up from the bottom platform. Is it like tighter on the bottom platform? Because I know it's harder on 1-2-2-1, and I know most people go from the top. But I'm not.
I don't know if it's exactly tighter. I think it's more just the setups can be a little bit more consistent from the top platform.
Okay,
I
that
do
makes
know
sense.
kind of more generally, like the spike works pretty differently on 1-2-2-1 compared to latest patch.
Yeah.
Latest patch kind of has more of like a fixed trajectory that it moves at, and you need to be a little bit like faster on hitting it right at the top on 1-2-2-1.
Yeah, I've like tried doing a couple runs on 1-2-2-1. I'm a latest patch runner through and through, but like I've tried doing a couple runs on 1-2-2-1, and I think I've at most hit one aspid with the spike.
Yeah.
So.
We have Cerp here in False Knight. Getting it nice and clean, able to heal back up to full, and is going to be right on into Ancestral Mound.
Gotta love dev intended skips. Nice to be able to absolutely get our way out of the first boss. That was very kind of Team Cherry. But yeah,
So let's
both
see, that was
runners. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say 324 entry into Mound for Cerp. Gonna keep an eye out for Churro so we can get a little bit of a sense on the difference here.
Smart.
So yeah, looks like we're looking at around an 11-12 second lead for Cerp right now. So a decent chunk of time, but like there's plenty of run left. So much time for things to happen.
But now both players are just going to be working their way through Mound. It's something that basically every Hollow Knight speedrunner is very used to because you basically get VS anytime you don't get VS. You know what I mean. Anytime your run isn't spellless and you're not like eyebaldering or something like that.
Yes, and I imagine most people around here are familiar with the itemless Balder strat and kind of the reroutes that have been going on with any percent.
Cerp got good Balder RNG. I think she got like a first or second spit. So let's see if Churro gets good luck too. The Elder Balder has a 50-50 chance. Yeah, good RNG. We like it. We love to see it.
I think it was first spits for both of them, so.
Yeah, that's good. No Balder spit world records happening today.
Sure, getting a little bit of Rude grows her RNG in that room, but able to get the soul that she needs pretty easily.
This is my favorite thing on 1-2-2-1, that shooting a fireball back far enough on that Balder just hits it enough times that it just dies. I will say, it is nice.
And a very clean first fireball skip from Cerp there.
Yes. Yeah, she had that handled. Let's see. Green path is honestly my least favorite part of the game when I'm running because it can just be so unnecessarily brutal. Churro not getting the turnaround, but that's okay. You land right on a platform. walk right around, doesn't lose too much time. See Cerp on these fireball skips, good.
Nice, 2
A group
fireball.
can be annoying because you can just bleed time to things like missing the fireball skips or from taking unnecessary damage, and it can just get frustrating really easily, especially if you're used to gunning for PBs and now you're in a tournament setting where you have to be a bit more careful with your health management. Churro with 2 HP may choose to heal at some point,
Yeah.
or might not. Maybe he's gonna live life on the edge. I respect it either way.
Yeah, and it's hard to spend the soul to heal right now when you have these fireball skips coming
Ooh.
up.
Not getting the second fireball input, but getting it on the second try. Nice. I find it so hard to recover from that fireball skip if I'm not walking from the very far right of the room.
Right, yeah, it throws off your timing. Yeah, for sure, Marcus. Green Path has just so many variations of tricks. You really can make it as hard as you want it to be, just to get minor amounts of time save.
Yeah, Churro, for instance, not going for the fireball skip. I think he didn't have enough soul to do a 2 fireball, so I don't blame him there. And also not going for guy pogo or dude pogo, which is more reliable on current patch than it is on 1221, so it makes sense if he's not as familiar.
Yeah. But Serp looking good going into Hornet. Got the Moss Knight Geo looking very clean there. Has 3 health, which shouldn't be too much of an issue here.
Oh, Churro's scaring me a little bit back on 1 health.
Ooh.
I'm only scared because I hate Green Path. I'm sure others are very experienced and
But I don't know, in a race setting like this where this is your one shot at it, it's always nerve-wracking.
Taking the heal is wise. You gotta remember the very important motto, living is faster than dying. Unless you're shade skipping, I guess, but we can ignore that. And Serp, just eviscerating Hornet. Gaining movement. Let's see how Churro does with the Moss Knights. I love these Moss Knight strategies. They are very cool. Being able to hit both the rocks and the Moss Knights themselves with your fireballs, just making sure you're getting the most bang for your buck.
Yeah, and I'm not as familiar with going for those on 1221. I think that the enemy positions can just the RNG there matters a lot more than it is on current patch.
Yeah, my understanding is that 1221 has essentially random character positions. Was that Flornet for a second, or did she just get staggered out of a jump? Ooh, be careful.
I don't think it was a Flornet, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Taking the heal, I respect it.
Yeah, in a tournament setting, taking the heal is the smart decision. But yeah, on 1221, the enemy positions are relatively random, and then on current patch, I believe it's just a matter of whether the enemies start by walking left or right.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So a lot of strategies that were developed on later patches are kind of new to 1221 speedrunning in a sense.
Alright, but we have Serp here now in E-Pogo.
Ooh, clean.
I'm so bad at knowing the names of all the 1221 E-Pogos.
Same. I don't know what that was, but it looked cool.
Is that a I'm sure someone in chat will correct me. Is that a fire pogo? A Wii pogo? Something like that, right?
Yeah. It was a very neat and effective E-Pogo. Oh, I'm missing...
Setting up for the early control. I think maybe just missing the pickup. I don't know if that was an intentional backup thing. Maybe saw that the Mantis was in the wrong position. But either way, gets hit out of it pretty quickly. So not losing too much time there at all.
And now Churro's about to do the same thing, travel through a couple more rooms before going to E-Pogo himself.
And in the meantime, we have Serp Making her way back through a crossroads, going to be picking up some soul on the way to use for Grezmother. Oh,
is not having luck with venge flies today, but I've never seen someone back up by going underneath, and I respect that.
yeah.
Alright, Churro doing an E-Pogo as well. I don't know what that one's called other than Boomer E-Pogo.
See,
Oh,
I'm
that's an
too
older
much of a
one.
rando player. Like, I see that and I want to say, oh, that's quality of life Pogo.
Right, but it's not
there's-
quality of life, this is just 1, 2, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Nice corner correction for Churro. Gonna make it up here to get Claw and hopefully the early control as well. Oh, it missed Churro too. Cerp
And
just
it's
like
not going for another attack. That's so rude. I think a little bit interesting to point out there, a little bit of different setups that they're going for. Cerp using a strat where you use the like Knight's lookup animation for timing. Churro instead going for nail swings,
yeah.
in order to time that. I also like that from Cerp missing the gate walking storage there at the end of the arena, and I think going back to the wall so that she could dash off of it as a little bit of the backup there.
Yeah, that was an interesting backup because I still believe that would be faster than just continuing
Falling
through with that
down.
motion. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, saving Sly. Gotta get that sweet, sweet lantern later. And dying, my favorite thing to do. And oh no, she died.
Oh no!
Oh no!
You could have seen this coming.
That's okay because our shade is gonna help us out. Actually, boop.
And helping out by not giving a fireball. You'll love to see it. Now
Let's
setting
see,
up for a
walkling
walking
storage.
storage.
It didn't. There we go.
Okay, yeah, got the walkling storage, but didn't quite get the distance to make it to the water.
Yes.
I know, like, I did come back and, like, learn this. That is, I think, surprisingly hard to do. Because hitting the ceiling will make you lose walking storage, so it's kind of a precise jump to get enough distance there.
Perfectly positioned so you don't hit the ceiling or touch the floor, but she backed it up nicely, getting walking storage again off of the edge of the lake so that she could.
Yeah, doing a nail walk in the water. A nail swim, I guess.
It's impressive, whatever it is. 1-2-2-1 runners, you impress me. Your patch is so glitchy. I'm so confused.
Yippee.
This is also one of my favorite 1-2-2-1 quirks, is that falling off of the edge of the platform brings the seer earlier, and
Yeah.
it's so random. It's like, why does this save time? It doesn't feel like it should, but it does.
But it does.
Alright, Churro, setting up to die. I mean, oh no, he died!
Oh no!
Oh
How
no!
could this happen? This is so sad.
Nice dream plats from Cerp. A fireball for Churro.
An immediate
Hate to
one,
see it.
too. Honestly, if you're gonna get a fireball, getting it right at the beginning is probably better, because you know it's not gonna mess up your pogo, it's just
Yeah.
dealt with and over with.
That's a good point. There we go, Churro getting Walkling storage.
Nice.
Cerp getting Seer skip. We're doing all sorts of things that are the reason that the category or the glitch rule set is called no major glitches and not just glitchless.
Yeah. I do kind of like with Blue Lake Walking Surge there, we kind of saw like 4 different setups for getting it.
Yeah.
Which I do kind of love, just like the pure variety of strats that there are, that just depending on what you feel comfortable with, how you want to do it, like there's a way to make it work for you.
There's a lot of Hollow Knight strats that are like that. Like one of my favorites just being, how do you make your tolls go faster? Do you wiggle? Because I apparently can't wiggle fast enough, so I simply scurry look down in the year of our Lord 2025. But it's fine. It still works.
Yeah, it still works.
It's just not as like cool and fun looking as wiggling.
See, I'm a cheater keyboard player, and SOCD Cleaner gives free wiggles, so...
Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, in theory, that would mean that analog stick should just be free too. I just stink at Hollow Knight, I think. Let's see, hopefully Churro has good dream plats as Cerp is gonna rob the rich.
You love to see it.
Yeah. Distributing the wealth, as I call it.
Of Hollow Knight speedrunning.
Yeah, eating the rich is a necessary requirement. Nothing quite like eating the rich in a $15 game that we all have way too many hours in for a 15-hour game, or 15...
No, a normal amount of hours, I think. Definitely.
Right.
I can see another little walking storage out of the elevator there from Cerp. There's just so many fun ways to get walking storage. Doing the nice little lever skip and gonna be heading up to Watcher Knights. We see a heal in the elevator, which I'd love to see in a tournament race. I
totally forgot that elevator squeezes are 1.5 only, and I'm like, why didn't she squeeze? Oh,
going
there
to
we
the
go.
left wall. What are we doing?
Getting the chandelier. That is the nicest thing about Watcher Knights, is the fact that you can dream nail them before they're awake for soul.
Yeah.
Before you start the fight, but it is good. Ooh, nice double on that roll. This fight is like almost entirely the reason I don't run any percent, so mad respect to the runners.
Yeah. Yeah, very difficult fight. It's been especially difficult to do quickly.
Yes, absolutely. And like doing it quickly and still maintaining your health in a tournament setting is very difficult and very important for this, so. But Cerp has it handled. You're watching an expert at play here. Oh, the
you love to see the pogo fireball cancels.
Yes. As Churro is eating the rich. Yeah, Cerp playing a bit more aggressively towards the end, but as you see, she didn't need to care about health there. She had it handled. That was very nice.
So that'll be first Dreamer pickup from Cerp here. And I know we mentioned it earlier, Cerp was practicing going for right side rafters, so expect to see that coming up pretty soon. Can be pretty tricky, but I love seeing that one.
Churro taking the bench here for safety and a free heal, that's totally respectable. Not having to waste soul on healing is nice, so you don't have to worry about getting dream nails in before the guy wakes up.
Yeah, and as far as dying being slow, dying when your last bench is at Salubra is basically as slow as it gets, so...
Exactly. Yeah, name one thing worse than a green path death.
We'll see Churro entering the Watcher Knights fight here too. It's another one I love, just all of the different like openings that people have. Like, do you do right side? Do you do left side? Are you going for these like nail, like pogo fireball cancels? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Churro kind of getting unlucky with the soul collection cycle, you being out of soul whenever the watchers decide to roll, which is a little annoying, but respectable. It happens. Ooh, getting bullied a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, down to 1 health is scary, and watchers don't love to give you a lot of heal, and not quite making it past the second roll, but thankfully took the safety bench, so is going to be able to get back in there pretty quickly.
Yes.
but still definitely not what you want to see happen.
No.
Cerp
All
here
right,
now going
let's
for the right side rafters.
right side.
Yeah, it looks like had a good pogo, but doesn't get the fireball out. Is going to back it up with a left side rafters, but takes some damage doing it, which can be a little bit scary when you have 3 Ravas around the pickup like this.
It's never the Ravas I'm worried about on 2 health. It's that Jennifer right below it.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I'm gonna just fall on her.
Okay, but healing up to 2, gonna be able to self-lem here. And make her way out of city.
Walking fast, faces pass, and she's homebound. Alright, Churro having a bit of a better time dispatching at least the first watcher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see maybe playing a little bit safer with this first pair here, dashing away, just
Yeah, just to make sure you don't take too much damage, which is totally fair.
Yeah.
These
and especially
bugs
after a death already, it can be really hard to just like get yourself back into playing well. So I think that taking things safe is really smart.
Absolutely. Oh, is that the benefit of Wiggles? Do they still work on 1 HP? Because I don't think looking down
Wiggles
works on 1 HP.
do work on 1 HP.
See, this is why I need to get with the times.
The Wiggles are coming. Nix, it's time to learn.
When you say the Wiggles are coming, I just picture like the children's band.
I thought the same thing after I said it. I'm like, yeah, no, Nix, they're gonna come and teach you Hollow Knight tech.
Australian sensation, the Wiggles are coming. I'm so excited.
Jeff wants you to learn new strats in Hollow Knight. He's woken up and it's time.
He's woken up and it's time. Churro getting his first streamer in Lurian here as Serp makes her way through this really crummy room infected. This is my least... There's so many things that I hate about any percent. I used to try to run it, and I say that used to and try.
Oh my god, Serp getting the full
room.
The full storage chains there through that room. You love to see that.
Isn't it like frame perfect to keep the walking storage going? That was impressive, right
jump
there.
off the floor and doing 4 of them.
Oh,
you're looking for Pogax here. Nice.
Nice.
I definitely don't know all the intricacies to 1-2-2-1 Pogax, but it definitely looked like the miner was really waiting to throw that, and Serp just reacting to that. So. Alright, and not quite getting the laser squeeze on the left side, but still a very clean path through that room.
Sea Peak is one of the most annoying areas in the game as a casual, but it is one of the most fun once you learn it as a speedrunner because everything's cycle-based, so once you know how to get through it, and there's like ways to micro-optimize it, of course, but once you know how to get through it, it's just so much fun. And relatively consistent. So even if you know a decent backup to something that can go wrong, like Pogax, then you're pretty much set.
We see the intentional damage tank there in order to make this cycle work out in this room.
Yep. Yep, take a damage and then just dash through the rest of the room, sick under plat, and almost walked into the hazard!
This is a classic right there. We've all done it, and Serp almost did it, but knows to look out for it after you've made that mistake before.
Oh my gosh, this is why I don't underplat, and it's not because I'm a noob. It's because yeah, Churro also got left side rafter skipped and is gonna sell to Lem and escape city, get out, run.
Oh yeah, I do think someone in chat was saying Serp was ahead of PB going into rafters.
Oh,
And looks like
seriously?
missing the right side rafters is still ahead of PB. It was a really clean peak, so I'm sure that helps.
My gosh. Surf is
And not getting hit
Surf
in the
is
Guzzler drop room too, so
yeah, that's really nice. Surf is girl bossing? Real?
real? Live
Real?
on Hollow Knight community
Live?
right now?
Everyone, follow Hollow Knight community on twitch.tv.
True.
Also follow Serp.
Yes. Any
And also follow Churro.
shout out to our great runners here. Make sure to check them out.
Yes.
Churro getting the cling on the Photoshop jump, but not quite getting the wall jump out of it.
Nice wall clings. Oh, I can't say. Don't say things, but nice wall cling storages for a little bit into.
Yeah, I think Serp trying to get that chain again and jumping a little bit too early, so it gets the wall jump instead of the floor jump that pushed her to the right. So
Being low in health in Umu can be a little bit annoying because of soul management and because of just how you have to lure it around.
yeah,
Because sometimes taking damage is what you need to do to get Umu in the right position so it gets stuck so you can do as much damage as possible. Like that. Oh, the
that's so
fireball the
rude.
wrong way. That's so rude. Wow.
Yeah, the knockback being just enough to push Serp off of the platform and onto the side of the wall.
Oh, Umu once again ruining dreams.
Yeah, so I don't think any way to turn this into to turn that into a two cycle after that first
I didn't think so.
damage rotation. But should be very well set up to get a 3 cycle here.
Being screwed by the long cycle, the long attack. Oh.
Okay, still gonna get it.
Okay, I was like, Mom, pick me up, I'm scared.
Yeah. No, and that last little bit of the lure was really unfortunate. Like Umu right in the... Serp going still for that right wall with the wall clean jump. That's crazy.
Respect it. Clean e-pogo from Churro, by the way. Or not e-pogo,
yes.
Pogag. What am I saying? I'm so sorry.
No, you're so good. We just had scary Umu. You're allowed to
I'm a little
be freaking
so
out.
scared.
Yeah. No, but that last damage cycle, like Umu right in the wall, so Serp knew she wasn't going to be able to get a double with that first fireball, or if she could, it would be pretty difficult. Like, need a fireball right under the platform. So made sure to get extra soul so that she had that second fireball to finish it off.
Yes, that's very smart.
Because, yeah, it's so punishing to just miss getting your dream nail with Umu, because it's like, great, now not only do I have less health and I need to be scared, but also I don't have the soul, and you need to just, like, come up with some way to adapt to it.
You should be scared of Umu. Everyone should be scared of Umu. That's another reason I don't run this category. There's so many reasons I don't run this category.
Yeah, not for everyone.
No, it's absolutely not. I started with any percent, but that didn't last very long.
See, I'm still a enjoyer of my own variety of any percent, which is 1432 Sporshroom THK any percent.
Okay, Sporshroom's THK is respectable. Nice QGA. There we go. From Serp, had a couple tries getting it set up, but honestly, getting across without having to take a damage is the most important part.
Yeah. You need to come into QG with full health, plenty of soul. Is exactly what you want to see for Petra Arena.
I want to make it clear, when I did run any percent, I did run Sporshroom THK, but it was on Switch, so it didn't, it wasn't fun.
Yeah, it's a little different.
A little different. Oh, absolutely. I'm just always so impressed by people with that Petra Arena. It's it can there's like really nice setups so that you hit both Petras with your fireballs nicely so that they die. exactly when you want them to, which is awesome. But it's still relatively precise. It's, you know, they can be finicky, like any Hollow Knight enemy.
And I mean, it's the
Especially
kind of
with
thing
the
where if it goes well, like it looks really good, looks really clean, but if anything
Yep.
goes wrong, it's so hard to
It's so hard to back it
fix
up.
it. To
It's
back it up, yeah.
the platforms literally falling out from under you makes it rather difficult. Right. Hopefully, Churro will have a bit of a better time with Umu here, and I won't be
Yeah.
as scared. But taking the safety bench, my king, I appreciate it. For my heart rate and blood pressure.
And yeah, Serp having really great movement here. That whole QG split and now into deepness has been really clean. Churro unfortunately taking quite a bit of damage on the way into Umu here.
Yeah.
So they're gonna heal one, and it will kind of need to see. Hopefully, they know a good setup for getting Dream Nails into this first one. And yes, they're able to get the 2 Dream Nails right at the start.
Nice.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, but looks like not gonna be going for another heal. Not wanting to risk having to Dream Nail again. Or no, is gonna heal one.
no, but Umu's gonna drift into him anyway. Oh.
Yeah, so not having full soul probably mean. Oh, I'm getting no doubles there. Dang. So I don't think there's any way for this to be a 2 cycle.
I don't think so either.
Hmm.
It's so insanely precise to 2 cycle.
And I'm not able to get any Dream Nails here too.
That's so annoying. Just having like rough times with the patterns that Umu is giving him. Okay, nice Dream Nail there. Avoid the slow attack. Yes, it's slow. Ugh. Hate that. There's always one more patch of charged Lumaflies than you think there is.
Yeah.
Cerpin Den. Another Umu cycle. You hate to see it.
Hopefully they can get a Dream
Oh.
Nail that'll help them finish it off, but
We-
choosing to back up, yeah.
Meanwhile, I was scared for Serp having a spider shoot at her right when she was by spikes. I'm like, don't get wombo comboed.
Yeah, please.
Saving the grub, we project. Oh, guys, stop scaring me like this. I thought he was gonna
Okay.
take an acid.
Ah.
All right, we live, and guess what, guys? Living is faster than dying.
It
You heard
really
it here
is.
first.
Okay,
Oh.
and they're also 1 HP at the end of Den, after some intentional and some unintentional damage tanking. But we're in there. We have Hera, and getting into this home stretch now.
These runners exist to make my blood pressure go up, but that means it's an exciting runs that we're
Yeah,
seeing.
that's what we're here for, I guess.
Absorbing 2 different dreamers on 2 different screens.
Yeah.
Alright, now, yeah, Serp, only thing she has to do is make her way back to the Black Egg Temple, to pay a little visit to our sibling, who just who happens to be a little chained up at the moment, but we're gonna free up his schedule real quick.
Always gotta make time for your siblings.
Yeah, make time for your siblings. Wiggling, fire belling.
T-dashing back in. Gotta love just even stagging can't be simple. Always optimizations.
No. But it isn't my favorite stag. I think it's probably a bit slower, but my favorite way to deal with that stag is by C-dashing off of the wall to ring the bell.
Yeah, well it's different on current patch because you don't have a chance to get soul on the way out of Beast Den. So
Oh, yeah.
so the C-dash
what
bell is
it
what you
is.
want to do on current patch.
I'm like, I know I've seen it before, but I don't remember the circumstances for why it works versus doesn't. Oh, Churro! Oh, struggling with QGA a bit.
Dang, gonna go down to 1 health.
Oh. That's rough.
Backing up to get more soul, which
it's not easy to collect soul because of all of these explosive jellyfish that love to float out of dream nail range. Oh, Churro. I feel for him. QGA can be so finicky.
Yeah. But in the meantime, we have Serp here and just about to start THK. Gonna be very similar to Watcher Knight in that we're trying to get a lot of fireball doubles. So hoping to get a lot of dash attacks and not a lot of parries, which we're starting off with two parries already. Okay.
Oh my. THK be kind. No!
A third parry.
Sibling THK, we are freeing up your schedule.
Okay, but a nice double there.
Imagine your sibling comes to your workplace and just, you know, beats you up to steal your job. I don't think that THK necessarily likes what they do for a living, but, you know, that's what's happening here.
Oh, come on, all these parries, that's no way to behave.
You're being so rude to Sir. THK. Well, self-stabs means at least we can collect a lot of soul.
Yeah, gonna be able to heal back up a little bit.
Oh, his big head! I do not blame Sir for taking that heal, but...
Oh, that dash was so scary.
Oh, this attack is just annoying.
Yeah, there's some nice damage rotations that you can go for there.
Yeah, but when you're at 1 HP, his big head!
Okay.
Oh.
We're making it to the last phase of the fight. Oh, getting this attack even more. Oh my god, Serp.
Serp!
Serp, please.
Serp! Oh my gosh!
Okay.
GG, Serp!
Serp trying to take a playbook out of some of the boss's strategies there by healing and then walking into the boss. Unfortunately, doesn't work as well for us as it does for them.
I wish the knight had contact damage, you know?
Right? Yeah. Well, maybe there is a tool for that. It's called Thorns of Agony, and actually I hate it, so...
Thorns of Agony does the thing where the contact damage does an extra animation. Now, if the contact damage didn't do that...
if it just happened, you're right.
Yeah. I guess we have that and it's called C-Dash, but...
Yeah, except
GG,
for the times
Sir.
where C-Dash just doesn't, but...
Well, ignore those times.
Yeah. Okay, but GG, sir. But thanks for giving us a heart attack.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
But we have Churro here now, going to be entering Beast Den. Has taken some damage, so I do wonder, are we going to see a Den quit out here? A beloved strat?
I don't think I realized that you could Den quit out until like recently, and I was like, how come I never knew that? Yep, Den quit out.
Important. Make sure that you break yourself out of the webs and land on the floor before you do it. That's when you get hard save. Don't do it before that.
Important.
Den quit on the Dream Nail early control there. See, even our backup strats have optimizations.
Nice.
Getting the squeeze there through the Devout.
Taking a heal here, I do not blame him. Den is another very brutal part. It's another one of the reasons I don't run this category.
Yeah, Den is just the rough combo of intentional damage tanks and enemies that in just like hard to react to locations that can just hit you.
Spots, yeah. And if you're unlucky with the enemies, they can hit you into spikes too, which doesn't help at all. Both runners saved the grub though, so we appreciate it. Everyone, make sure you're following for Grub Day if you want more grub saving. Okay, getting some soul off of that Devout. Nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, coming here without soul or health means you can't do the quick kill, so you're kind of just at the mercy of the Devout giving you attacks quickly and being able to deal damage like this.
Yeah. I
And
have
this Devout is
a
really not cooperating.
no. I have a friend who calls Devouts horses because she thinks that the noises they make sound like horses. And now that the Hollow Knight
Hmm.
community is obsessed with horses, that's all I think of when I see them.
Yeah. I
That was a
guess
rude Devout, but we were alive.
if so, they're Devouts and Hornets are siblings. So if we have horse nets, I guess we also have horse Devouts. It's how it goes.
I guess. But hey, this is another instance of living is in fact faster than dying. It stinks to have to backtrack all the way through Den, just because you died at that last Devout, so...
Yeah, I know. It feels so bad. And like maybe you have opened a shortcut or two, but still, it's not fun.
Wait, is that Devout named Trevor? I need to know more. I at one point wanted to have a spreadsheet of all of the names we give all the enemies in Hollow Knight, and I was not good at maintaining it, so I did not get very far. And there were also way less names in 2021 than there are now.
Yeah, right. Everyone has a name now.
Everyone has a name. Shoutouts to all the generic Jennifers and all of the very hyper-specific Norman 2s.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's like every spider in Beastden has been given a name.
That's crazy that every spider in Beastden has a name. But then we have
Yeah.
Jinky and Jenky in King's Pass, so what do I expect?
Right.
The
But yeah,
three
every
different
Jennifer is Jennifer. They have to share a name.
No, they're all Jennifer, but then there's some specific ones, like I believe the bee that you have to pogo to get into Hive in the categories where you don't have wings is Heather, I think.
Oh, yes.
I believe that's a Vex name.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Sorry, we're just
Is
bleeding.
Eleanor the name
well.
of a specific big bee, or are all of the big bees Eleanor big bees?
I think that I don't know because I feel like I've heard Eleanor be referred to as specifically the one that breaks the mask shard, but like but there's two in that room, I think. So
Yeah, there are.
I don't know if it also refers to the one that can break your platforms. Oh, commercial break.
Oh no, commercial break. No,
Oh,
Twitch.
no,
Right
Twitch.
into DHK.
All right, push your Hollow Ds anyway.
That's very unfortunate timing.
Very
This is
comedic
good.
timing though.
Yeah. Literally like right going into the load. Like
I
it feels like
know.
somebody knows.
It feels like I thought we were witnessing like an infinite load or a crash or something.
Yeah.
We got audio.
Oh.
There he is. Okay. 4 health. Hopefully
Okay.
not getting as many parries as Cerp was getting. THK was being very rude to Cerp.
Yeah. Okay, thankfully the pillar is only doing 1 point of damage on this patch, so not too scary to get hit by them, but
I always forget like some of the more niche patch differences.
yeah.
Ooh, getting hit on the backswing.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Just missing a pogo, I think, there on one of the triple swing attacks, and it really just...
Obviously, Churro just wanted us to witness the beginning of this fight again.
True, yes. Doing it for...
He feels
the
bad for the
retreat.
commercial break.
But thankfully, you get the hard save here. It's a quick reset, so...
Yeah. Shoutouts to video games who hard save you before the final boss. Getting some annoying parries though. Oh, barely dashing out of range. Ugh.
And yeah, still kind of having some of
THK.
these problems with pogoing over THK and taking some extra damage.
Bro has a big head. Big bro
Yeah.
has a big head. It's just how it is.
And more parries, of course. Alright, we're going to be getting to self-stab here, so good chance to get to full health, to get to having a lot of soul.
Shoutouts to self-sab. I used to hate it when I found out that like the damage you do in self-sab doesn't really do anything, but now that I know that it's just free healing, it's like, ah,
It's
thank
healing and
you,
you can't
THK.
even feel bad about it. It's like
No.
there's nothing better I could be doing.
Yeah, there's nothing, literally nothing better to do than heal when THK is doing anything but healing. Oh,
Okay, getting a fountain, which can be good, but not when you're on 1 health.
no. Bouncing on 1 health's a little scary, and he like tried to heal there, but like got just an unlucky pattern. Pattern of goop.
Okay, and similar to Serp, getting a lot of these slam attacks at the
Okay.
end, but there we go. It's gonna finish
GG.
it off.
Huge GG's to both runners, as THK was rude to both of them, honestly. But impressive stuff nonetheless. I'm always, again, I'm impressed by any percent runners. I can't do this.
Mhm. Yeah, just so much practice and
Yes.
repetition, both like labbing out strats, finding different setups and backups for setups, and just doing runs to like be able to play with nerves in a tournament setting like this. Like, there's so much that goes into this. So big shout outs to our runners. Thanks to both of them for putting on a show for us. We'll see if either of them are feeling joining us in BC for a little post race interview.
Looks like... Looks like we're going to be getting the runners in here for the interview. So if you have any questions for the runners, we're going to try to keep it a little quick. But if you have any questions for the runners, make sure you put them in the chat. Hello, hello.
Hi, GG's.
Thanks.
GG's. THK was rude to both of you. I just want you both to know. Just rude. Rude fella.
I mean, regardless of him being rude, if I just execute it so badly, it's just gotta be a tough one, you know.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but
in a race and when you know you're being restreamed, it is so difficult to, you know, maintain calm.
True, absolutely. But
Oh.
my first race went way
hi,
better.
GG's.
And I mean, it's also because I've just not been playing
GG's.
enough.
THK was rude to both of you. I just want you both to know. Just rude.
Still a good
Rude
match.
fella.
I didn't expect to win anyway, so I think a deserved win for Cerpin.
Woohoo! Finally, my thousands of hours are paying off.
It's
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate.
Yippee! In a race and when you know you're being.
But I know chat was keeping us up a little bit. Churro, you got a gold in your C dash split, is what we were hearing, and I think Serp, you were ahead of PB, right? Out of C dash.
Yeah, I was like 11 seconds ahead of PB out of C dash, and then Umu moved for a frame extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's just how Umu is. Both of you, oh my gosh, your boss fights. Both of you had me on the edge of my seat, having like some tight boss fights that made me go, no.
For
Yeah.
my boss fight, you fell off. For Serpents, you stayed on the seat.
No, Serp was giving us 1 HP boss fights too. Don't
No,
worry.
it's 1 HP boss
Okay.
where like she won by like a frame. Okay, like.
I mean, my Umu
Hey,
was
the THK was
barely a four
so
cycle.
controlled. Oof.
Yeah.
GG surviving Umu, by the way.
That was a close one.
We have a
I don't know. I don't know what's been happening with the what's it even called, Raptors today. But like, it's literally impossible. I think it's impossible for everyone.
Yeah.
Decent, although it wasn't. I didn't do right side. I went the safe one.
Mhm.
Which question?
We got a very important question in chat, and this is for Cerp, but I think it applies to everyone. How are you so cute, based, and swag? What's your secret?
Yes.
And the question of what did you eat
Yes.
before race today?
Pizza.
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 Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Tournament winning strategy: eat pizza before your races.
Well, I ate
Yes.
pizza and I didn't win, so.
Oh,
Oh,
frick.
what kind of pizza? Wait, is it a
Uh,
kind? Is it specific kinds of pizza?
pepperoni, and so
Hmm.
maybe it is. Maybe Serp ate a different kind of pizza. Maybe that's why she won.
Yeah, probably. But what pizza did I have? Salami, basic. Just chill.
Oh,
Very similar
Uh,
pizza from our runners today.
yep. Very similar dinners.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I had one like 15 minutes before 9. I was like, shit, I gotta eat, and I'm hungry. Yeah.
That's so fair. But GG's to both of you. Like
GG.
there were certain rude parts of the run for both of you that again I was like screaming. But mad respect and GG's to Serp for moving on, continuing
Yeah.
forward.
Good luck in your next
Yo,
match. You'll be
true.
playing against Sid Flippy.
Yo, Sid, we love Sid.
Yo. So
Thank you,
good luck with
Cerpin,
that, with
and
the rest of your
thanks
turn.
for the comms. That was very last minute and still possible, so that's nice. And for the restream.
Yeah, happy to be
Thank you
able
so much.
to come on here for it. So
I'm happy I didn't get stuck in traffic so I could come.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
shout outs to I do not actually don't know how to pronounce your name for restreamer. Zertsim? Zert?
Hurts him. Yeah.
Zert.
Zerts.
Shout outs to Zert for the restream. Shout outs to our beautiful, wonderful, amazing runners. Very fun to watch.
Thank you, thank you.
Any
Alrighty, have
last
fun.
comments?
Was a disaster, but still fun. That's my my last comment.
I'm
Alrighty.
just happy my hand wasn't hurting.
Real.
yeah, that's good. All right. Well, thanks one last time for everyone for coming by and watching.
Alrighty.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Mm.